Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of That's Debatable. As for the title of this video, you know I'm going to be telling a story time. And this story is the reason why I will never be stepping foot in Toronto ever again. Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of That's Debatable. As from the title of this video, you guys can probably tell I'm telling another story time. Actually, before we get into all of it, because I feel, you guys don't know this because episodes come out weekly, but it's been 2 weeks since I've come in and recorded, and a lot has happened within those 2 weeks. One of those is I saw Drake at Madison Square Garden. First of all, just want to say, amazing show. This man does a thing that he does so well. It was Drake and 21 Savage, and I was full on my Slaughter Gang gear. Absolutely amazing show, but it made me think, because obviously everybody knows Drake is from Toronto, Canada. And made me think about the time that I went to Toronto, because he's like, shout out to the six. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to say that lyric because I'm not shouting out the six. And for a couple reasons, because I actually went to Toronto earlier this year, and I briefly spoke about this on my TikTok, because again, this was like a story within a story within a story within a story within a story. And it just got... Toronto was just so messy, and maybe obviously we didn't do it the way that Drake does Toronto. I'm sure he does it the most lavish way possible, but we didn't get the same experience, and it was a little messy. And keep in mind, I went with a group of like 15 people, and if there's one thing I absolutely hate, it's traveling with big groups of people. It's never fun, and because of the fact that I'm such like a control freak, I love to plan stuff. Like if it's your birthday, I'm going to plan it. If it's your wedding, if you allow me to plan it, I'm going to plan it to the best of my abilities. Do I have the credentials to do it? Absolutely not. But do I have the results? Absolutely, I do. And it's just something I like to do. And we were going to Toronto for one of my friend's birthday. And he's going to be so gassed up that I'm talking about him on this podcast, but hi, Rev. He's actually a quadruplet, so there's 4 of them. And yeah, girl, there are 4 of them. God bless their mother. But so it's their birthday. And usually we always like to do something for them because, you know, obviously it's a birthday. It's a very special day. And they decided, well, he kind of decided because he's like a big like Drake stan. Absolutely loves Drake. He is #1 super fan of Drake. So he's like, I want to do something for my birthday and I want to go to Toronto. Out of all places, keep in mind, in Jersey, it's brick degrees in November, because this happened back in November. And of course, because we didn't think this through, we're like, yeah, why don't we go from Jersey being 0 brick degrees, it's basically freezing, to an even colder Antarctica, literally like the Arctic tundra. Like it's freezing over there. At that point, it was already snowing. We didn't even get snow. I don't even think we got snow this year. I mean, or maybe we did. I don't know. Everything is just a blur to me. But oh my God, not me quoting the Drake thing. It's all a blur. Wait, because okay, if you know, you know. But that's actually the name of his tour. It's all a blur, and that's literally what this year has felt like. And we were like, all right, we're going to Toronto. We're gonna go make like a trip out of it. So we went for like 5 days, and this trip ended up being like 7 people to doubling it 15 people. And I already knew my hands were going to be like super full with like having to move this kindergarten class around the city of Toronto. And whatever, we decided to go. And, you know, in honor of Drake, because if Drake likes it, whatever, we have to at least experience it. And we've actually gone to Canada before, but we went to Montreal, and that experience was absolutely amazing. I love Montreal, and that we went in the butt of like December or February, so it was even colder then. So I don't know why we decided to repeat this mistake. But went to Toronto, and we got this huge Airbnb. We invited all these people. I invited Kaylin, who you guys saw was on the podcast earlier, in the episodes. And this is like the first time Kaylin was going to meet like all my friends like that. And there was just like a lot of people, and it was honestly great group, but it was just a lot. Like, I'm going to keep saying it's a lot of people because again, like y'all don't know what it's like to have to move all of my friends from restaurant to club to bar to where is this person, and the bill, like, oh my God, it was just like that alone will be a story within itself. But ended up getting to Toronto, got this Airbnb, and this is where the story starts. Neighbors come in, they greet us. Hi, how are you doing? And I guess with within Toronto, like everything, all the houses, or at least the area we stayed in, the houses are pretty close together. Like our backyards, I could see into the neighbor's backyard, and they can see into ours. And the first night we were there, because of the fact, I think we took a plane there, but we were just so exhausted with, traveling and everybody having to like make sure that their stuff is good and kind of looking around the area to see what we had, what we didn't have. And we were just exhausted the first night. And our neighbors come over. They're like, hey, welcome to Toronto. We just want to let you know, like, we don't really care. We're not really like these uptight people. Live your best life. Just make sure after 1 o'clock, 1 a.m., keep the noises down because the law or the rules within their town is just, or whatever maybe, is just to keep everything down. And we're like, yeah, no problem. And that night we actually had an early night because everybody was just exhausted. And we were just like, let's just go to bed. We'll start bright and early tomorrow morning. And, we'll get the rager going. And little 11 o'clock comes around. And I think this is when like everybody's waking up. And our friends are like, yeah, my friends are crazy. My friends are like, yeah, we like to have a good time and we like to go to the bar and like, live our best life. But one thing we absolutely love to do is play Nintendo Switch. Like we literally would just take the Switch and just go and play in different locations of the United States or the world. And we love to play like Mario Party, Smash, especially Smash because you can get a lot of, if you don't know what Smash is, Super Smash, where you kind of fight with the characters. That's like our main pastime, which is super like innocent. It's nothing crazy. Like nobody's yelling, nobody's doing anything. We're literally just zoned in playing this game. And you hear the neighbors from the other end. And I think my friend went outside to like go smoke. And one of our friends went outside to go smoke and he was just sitting there by himself. And next thing you know, he comes in, he's like, yo, what the hell's the neighbor's problem? It's only 11:30. And we're like, what do you mean? What happened? What happened? What happened? He's like, he just like yelled at me and he's like, keep it down. People are sleeping. The is wrong with you? And we're like, oh my God. Well, first of all, you told us we had until 1 o'clock in the morning to make noise. Second of all, there was literally only one person outside. Third of all, we're playing Nintendo Switch inside. So if anything, you're probably hearing like the TV, but it's not like we had the TV on full, like booming and boosting. Like it was at a normal volume. So we were like, okay, that's weird. Maybe they got into like some beef within themselves and they're angry. So we thought. We continue on, wake up the next day, living our life, and neighbor is not as happy to see us as he was the first day. And we're like, oh my God. Then we're getting like a little self-conscious now because we're like, did we make that much noise? Like we genuinely don't think that we made that much noise. And in comparison to how we can make noise, we were like, we literally were not doing anything. And everybody was asleep by midnight. So we were like, there must be a discrepancy. Maybe he's upset about something else. We go out, have a good time. Everything over there closes probably around like 2, I feel like. And we're used to New York, everything closing at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And if you go to Brooklyn, everything closing at 7 o'clock in the morning. Like, so we're like, all right, these are pretty much early nights for us. So we would just go back to the Airbnb, chill, vibe, talk to each other. Again, there was so many different groups of people that everybody was just trying to get to know each other. And again, we get into like the neighbors like yelling and we're like, oh my God, what is this person's problem? Like we are totally like, we're fine. And also we've stayed at Airbnbs multiple times and we've dealt with like neighbors that like just hate having Airbnbs living next door to them because you really never know what you're going to get. You'll get either like the Kumbaya My Lord group where it's like, we're just here doing Bible study, or you'll get like a crazy manic like group. We're straight in the middle. Like, if we're going to go out and go crazy, we're going to do it out in the club or the bar. Once we get to the Airbnb, we're either eating, again, playing Switch, or just like talking. Nothing too crazy. And that night, because I think we went out to the club, everybody got like super drunk. I knocked out the moment I got to that Airbnb. The moment. I think majority of us knocked out the moment we got to the Airbnb. And there was maybe 3 or 4 people that stayed up, but they weren't outside. They stayed in the living room, and it wasn't even like they were playing music or anything like that because we kind of already felt the vibe that these neighbors were not really kind of as chill as they said to be. Just in reference to the last night beforehand when we first got there and we were being like literally like children reading our books, and we just caught that vibe. So we're like, let's not play music, really, let's not like kind of start anything because we don't want to get in trouble with the Airbnb guy. And so I think 3 or 4 of my friends stayed up and they were just sitting at the couch. They were just talking, just chilling. And all of a sudden, around like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, you just hear bang, 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 bang on the door. And one of my friends, again, I was asleep, so I wasn't there. I wasn't there for this. One of my friends is like, yo, what the hell? Like, goes to open the door and nobody's there. And he was like, what type of brujeria is happening here? Like, I know I heard that. I know I heard somebody knocking. And my other 3 friends that were there were like, yeah, we heard it. Like, we heard somebody knocking on the door. And now they're like, well, either there's a ghost running around knocking on people's doors, or 2, somebody's playing Ding Dong Ditch at 5:30 in the morning. And at which case, if your child is playing Ding Dong Ditch at 5:30 in the morning, by all means, babe, you got to call him to go home because there is something deep happening within. Because there is no reason that you should be out here knocking on people's door like you're the FBI. Like, relax. My friend P is like, no, I know somebody was knocking on the door and they're going to do it again. So let's all just sit here quietly and wait for this person to knock, because I know I heard something. You're not going to gaslight me. They wait less than 5 minutes. Again, they're silent. And if they were really loud, I'm a deep sleeper, but my boyfriend isn't. And he would wake up in a drop of a hat. Like, if he heard a pin drop, he's going to wake up. And didn't hear anything. Again, you hear bang, 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 bang. Immediately, because my friend Pete is standing right at the door because he knew that they were going to come and knock again, he opens a door, and the neighbor, like the raggedy man that he is, you see him like coming down the stairs trying to run back to his apartment. And it's like, first of all, you weirdo, like, oh, we told you to keep it down. And Pete was like, we're not even saying anything. Like, you're the one that's coming over here yelling at 5:30 in the morning. Like, what is the beef here? Also, it's snowing, so it's like a winter wonderland. So how can you really be that upset? Like, relax for a second. And the guy is like, nah, we don't care. We're tired of this. We're tired of some stupid Airbnbs coming in here disrupting our, like, neighborhood. Like, maybe if you would just go to sleep and get your Z's in, you wouldn't be this angry. Like, maybe you're just tired. Like, he's just like a baby when they're really tired and it's like it just does nothing but cry and whine. It's like one of those things. So my friend Pete gets aggravated and he's like, dude, just go to bed. Like, stop. Like, you're doing way too much. We're not making any type of noise. We don't know. Maybe it's your neighbors next door, but we're not making any noise. Everybody's asleep. No, we heard all of you are awake throwing a party. You guys are playing music. And this is when Pete was like, oh my God, you're gaslighting me. You're literally gaslighting me. Nobody is playing music. No, everybody is asleep. Like, literally, the house is silent. Like, what are you talking about? Out of 15 of us, there's like 3 or 4 of us awake, and we're just having a conversation. And it's not even like we're having a conversation like, oh my God. Like, we're literally just talking about our lives or talking about the night. Like, you're bugging. And this is when I get involved. Because then I wake up and in my dreams, I hear, shut the f*** up. So I was like, no way. This cannot be happening within my mind. So I open my eyes and I'm like, what? And I'm hearing this faint voice and I hear my friend Pete's voice and he was like, I don't give a f***. All right, here we go. So immediately I'm still in last night's clothes. Like, I'm still in the clothes that I wore in the club because, again, I had a little bit too much to drink and I didn't even have the capacity to take my clothes off because I know the Airbnb wasn't in my name, thank God, but I knew it was in my friend Rev's name. And I was like, damn, if he gets any shit, he's not going to be able to buy the Airbnb moving forward. And if that happens, I mean, I got to put it on my card and I'm really not trying to deal with that. Like, I don't want to put an Airbnb for 15 on my card moving forward. So I run downstairs and I just see commotion, literally commotion. And it's the neighbor and his wife, which, by the way, she was a jump scare. Oh my God. Some people are like Beyonce and she goes, I woke up like this. That bitch woke up like that, and she woke up like a jump scare. Oh my God. I was like, if you're gonna run, at least, I'm wearing last night's clothes. Yeah, my makeup is still on, but, as I'm running down the stairs, I'm like, putting my hair up in a bun, like trying to make myself look presentable at least. Like, but I don't know what she did. I went outside and I was like, ooh, oh my God. I was like, oh, he's fighting with a ghost. My bad. Like, I understand why he's so heated now. And the lady has like her phone in my friend's face like this. She goes, I'm recording. And my friend Kaylin, who is also a content creator, which you guys know, is also recording. And I'm like, okay, girl, congratulations. We got the video cameras out. Like, what, are we doing a reality TV series here? Great. And they're getting, the neighbor and my friend Pete are getting in each other's face. And he's like, I didn't do anything. Like, I don't know why you're coming at me crazy. Relax. Like, it's not for all that. And the neighbor's like, shut the f*** up, like go back to your country. And at that moment, me being like delirious, I just woke up and I was like, wait, this isn't America? I was like, wait, is he doing like a racial thing? Like go back to your country? Like, or is this? And I was like, oh wait, shit, we're in Canada. We're literally not in America. Okay, he's right, he got that one. And he's like, you don't know how we move around here. If you don't want me to show you, like I'd run this. And I was like, okay, Prime Minister, like, go off. Like, I didn't realize you own the country, king or queen. I don't know how that works. But at that moment, I start laughing because I'm like, who says that? Like, I run this country. Like, who are you? Like, first of all, Drake is from Toronto. And you're not, I'm pretty sure you're not Drake. And if you were Drake, you wouldn't have a ghost looking as a wife. And this, oh my God, his wife is pissing me the off too. Because she was just like trying to get in my face. And I'm on this new spiritual journey where I'm trying to be on my kumbaya, my Lord kumbaya. And obviously, I feel like I say this every podcast episode, but I was a very, very, very aggressive person in like early childhood, teen, like I just was a very aggressive person. And as of a couple years, I've been trying very hard to not be as reactive as I can be. And instances like this is moments where I kind of go back into my head and as the commotion is happening, but I'm kind of talking to myself at the same time and being like, you can go about this one way. You can match them with their energy, or you can try to defuse and deflate the situation. And 9 times out of 10, it's better to just try to calm everybody down before people start fighting because it's snowing, the ground is icy, and I'm really not trying to have a full-on brawl in the middle of this like skating rink. Like that just doesn't sound like a good idea. Somebody can get really hurt. Somebody can trip, fall on, and hit their head. Like you start thinking about these things as you get a little bit older of like, sometimes you don't always have to give people that access to see you get that reactive. And this was an example for me. I go out, and instantly, like, I see, like, some of the friends are, like, staying by the door. Other ones are trying to grab, like, Pete and be like, yo, Pete, calm down. Because the guy has literally just been badgering Pete for the last, like, 30 minutes. So then I walk in, and I'm like, you need to calm down, sir. Pete, you need to go over there. What is the issue? I just woke up. What is the problem? And the neighbor's like, you guys have been making noise all day, even yesterday. The moment you got here, it's been nonstop noise. And I was like, okay, well, sir, what you're not gonna do is you're not gonna curse at me. I'm not cursing at you. Stop raising your voice at me. I'm not raising my voice at you. For real, let's bring it down a couple notches and let's have a conversation because I think you're wrong. And I was like, sir, last night we got in around 4 o'clock. We went to bed at like 10, 11:30. Like there's no shot that we were the ones making noise. Maybe somebody else in the neighborhood was making noise, but it definitely was not us because we were not awake. And I was like, and also tonight was the same thing. We went out to a club and I was like, what time did you think that we were making noise? He goes, you started making noise at 7 o'clock and it didn't stop until 2 o'clock in the morning. And I said, that's how I know you're lying. I was like, sir, that's completely false because of the fact we were out at the club around that time. We went to dinner at we left for dinner around 4:30, got to dinner, got to the club around like 7, 8 o'clock, didn't get home until like 1 or 2 a.m. And at 1 or 2 a.m., everybody at that point was so bodied that they just went straight to bed. So I was like, unless you're hearing ghosts or demons, I don't know, but we weren't even in the house to make noise. So how does that make sense? And he was like, because I know it makes sense. You're not going to say that I'm crazy. And then I feel myself getting angry. And I'm like, Emely, defuse, deflate. We're here to defuse and deflate. We're not here to match him with his energy, because you know that if you do, I'm not opposed to fighting men. I'm really not. Like, I if you really want to get it crazy and you want to get tussling, we can do that 110%. I don't care, man or woman, if you're disrespecting me, especially if you put your hands on me. I'm always that person that's like, never put your hands on somebody unless you expect for them to put their hands back on you. And it was at a point where he was now getting in my face. And I was like, yo, this man want to fight me? Because if you want to fight me, I'll fight him. Like, I don't care. I don't care if I get my ass whooped. Like, I just don't care. And I'm like, but you know what, Emely? But it's like imagine like a little demon and an angel on my shoulders. And one is like, fight him. And the other one's like, defuse, deflate. And I'm like, all right, I'm not going to let him get the best of me. Like, that's what people want, is they want to see that reaction because they want to get the best of you. And I'm like, sir, I'm going to say it again. And his wife has his phone in my face. And I was like, first things first, I'm going to need you to get that camera out of my face, because I'm not coming in here aggressively. But do you see that when you're talking to someone aggressively, they get aggressive with you? But you're pressing him and you're basically telling him to shut the up, that he ain't. And he's matching you with the same energy. I was like, sir, do you see that if you answer people aggressively, they will answer you aggressively back? You're talking to me aggressively, and I'm not talking to you aggressively. But for whatever reason, you feel the need to keep cursing at me, raising your voice at me, when I'm just trying to figure out what happened. And that's when he kind of like, and also, I'm not going to lie, I can be on my spiritual journey as much as I possibly want to be, but I'm a little snarky. So I was like, and especially you at your age, I was like, you at your age, what audacity do you have to be yelling at somebody? Like, that's in comparison to him, I'm a child. I was like, that's in comparison to you as a child. And that's when he finally calms down and he's like, I'm just saying, like, we told you guys to be quiet and you guys weren't being quiet. And the wife is still trying to get like crazy with me. And I look at him and I was like, do me a favor. Tell your wife to go inside. If she wants to record, she's more than welcome to, but tell her to get out of my face. Because if I'm willing to fight you, I'm willing to rock your wife too. And then he tells his wife, like, go inside, like, see, this is how you have a conversation. See, and then he points to my friend P. He's like, this is how you have a conversation. Why are you trying to fight right now? Like, relax. I tell the guy, I was like, listen, I'm not sure where the noise came from. I can assure you it didn't come from us. The first night we got there, you told us, keep it down after 1 a.m. We've done that the whole time. It's only been 2 days since we've been here. And he was like, it's been 4 days. Now all of a sudden, I was like, now you're just making stuff up for funsies. Now I feel like you're just making stuff up so you can go tell your friends, like, yeah, I'm still big and bad. Like, I was like, sir, we got here 2 days ago. Like, not even. We've been here for less than 48 hours. So I don't understand how you've been saying that this whole week we've been making noise. I think you're just tired, babe. I think you're just sleepy. I think someone needs a little naps and maybe like a bottle of milk or something, because you need to go to bed because you're not reacting like a rational person right now. And I was like, sir, I'm sorry. Listen, again, all I'm asking is just don't get aggressive with people, and people won't get aggressive with you, because the moment I came out here, I was just given this really, really intense energy. And now you can understand that we haven't been here for 4 days. And not only that, we have been keeping it down this whole entire time. So then that's when another neighbor comes out, because then he tries to then pick a fight again with my friend. And another neighbor comes out and he's like, listen, guys, like, and he was actually cool. He was like, guys, just go inside. They do this all the time. You don't want to, he's like, my best advice to you is just call the police, tell the police to come, have them handle it, because these people are always bugging out for no type of reason. And I asked the guy, I was like, well, have we been making noise? Like, I genuinely don't think that we have been. But if we have been, then we have to take that accountability and be like, guys, we have been making noise. And the guy was like, I live right next door to you guys on the other end. I haven't heard anything from you guys. I've only heard when you guys leave and when you guys come back, which makes sense because we're outside. And he's like, and at that point, that doesn't really matter. But as far as like keeping me up all night, no, that hasn't been happening. Just call the police, go inside. They're going to keep trying to like bother you guys, but don't worry about it because they do this all the time. And we're like, okay. So we take his advice. We go inside. We call the police. And, Canadian police officers show up. And they're like, all right, what happened? Like, what happened? And we're super, like, we have nothing to hide. And we tell the, like, police officers, like, come inside. He goes, oh, we have a camcorder, though. And we're like, That's totally fine. You're more than welcome to come inside. It's not like this is not Breaking Bad. We're not out here. We don't have a meth lab in here. Like, it's totally fine. Just come in. Like, there's just alcohol and water and food all over the place. The place is a little dirty because, again, it's 15 people, but like, there's nothing crazy happening. We explain the situation to the police, and he's like, okay. We get calls from them all the time. They complain about the fact that they don't like that they're living next to an Airbnb. They have caused problems for every single one of the tenants that have come in here or have tried to rent out the place. Contact your Airbnb person, let them know what happened. But in the case that they try to do something again, which they most likely than not are going to, because this isn't the first time we deal with something like this, just ignore it, call the police again, and contact your Airbnb person. And we're like, of course we would get stuck with the neighbors from hell. We're like, okay, like, at least now we have the peace of mind to know, like, we really weren't doing anything crazy. We all go to bed. We wake up the next morning, and we have 2 rental cars in the backyard. And you can park the cars within the backyard. And again, like I said, I can see into their backyard, and they can see into ours. We walk outside because we go to get breakfast the next day and, like, talk about everything that happened the night before. And you just smell this overwhelming, like, my nostrils got so violated by the impending smell of doom. And I was like, what is that? And it smelled like straight caca mierda poo. Like, it smelled crazy. And we're looking around, and we see on our rental cars, there's literal poop on the rental cars all over our backyard that was not there the night before. Immediately, as that's happening, we see something else gets thrown over, and it's the same neighbors that are grabbing their and throwing it into our backyard. And we're like, oh my God. And there's only so much spiritual journey that one can do, because at that point, I'm like, no way. I just tried to defuse and deflate a situation, and you're throwing, oh my God. And I'm also a huge germaphobe. So now I'm disgusted. There's no amount of hand sanitizer that can fix this situation. I think back to what the police said, and they're like, don't engage with them. Don't engage with them. Don't engage with them. Don't engage with them. Because if you engage with them, it's going to make it worse. If somebody brings out into a fight, somebody can press charges, and you don't know how that's going to go. And again, like I said, I don't know a lot about the court. I can't believe this is happening right now. I can't even, because it's on the windshield. It's on the windshield, and we try to wipe it, and then it just goes, and it's just poop. And I'm like, I'm livid now. And we reach out to the Airbnb person. And now and the reason why I'm coming so crazy at the wife is because I heard her voice. I was like, oh my God. So then we just went, cleaned off the cars, and reached out to the Airbnb person, called the police again, and left. This was the moment that I realized I will never step foot in Toronto ever again. We went out to a karaoke bar that night. And again, we're singing, me and my friends, we love Switch and we love karaoke. Like, those are the 2 top things that we do. We go and we sing karaoke because everybody wants to live out their pop star dreams. Especially me, bitch. Oh my God. I just love singing. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's just so much fun. And we go, whatever, we're chilling, go out to a karaoke bar, and, we're celebrating their birthdays. Again, this is a birthday trip too. In the midst of all of this is a birthday trip, and it has gone literally to shit. Like, and now I'm feeling bad. So I was like, you know what? Let's make the most out of it. Yeah, we have some crazy ass neighbors, but all that's telling me is, like, let's not spend as much time in the Airbnb as we wanted to, because obviously, like, being there, anytime we're there, it's straight for problems. So go out to a karaoke bar. We're having a good time. And again, I don't know if maybe it was just the area we were in Toronto, but everybody was just so angry. And usually, like, in Canada, you hear, in Montreal, everybody was so happy. Everybody woke up with a smile on their face. Everybody speaking French. I felt like I was living out of a movie. I was like, this is beautiful. In Toronto is the exact opposite. Everybody is just on demon mode. And we're there, again, there's a group of 15 of us, and we're on our way out. And there's these girls that are blocking the doorway. And I wasn't there at this point because I was upstairs, like, paying out the bill, like taking care of everything, like kind of making sure everybody has their stuff, because that's who I am in the group. I am literally like the planner, controller of just like, is everything okay? Is everything paid for? Did we leave the right amount of tip? Did we do this? Does everybody have enough alcohol? Like, do we want more alcohol? Do we not want any more alcohol? Like, what do we need here? I think it's just like the innate server in me to like go in there and just start like serving the situation, I guess. But, or maybe it's just like womanhood. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother time. But I then hear commotion. And I know it's not the group's fault, because even the whole incident with the neighbor, like we had other neighbors there being like, you guys are not the issue. It is the neighbors. Like, trust and believe, they do this to us all the time. And we have gotten into physical fights with these neighbors because of the fact that they do this all the time. And all of a sudden, what happened when I wasn't there was one of the quads, his name is Paul. Hey, Paul, that's my king right there. He goes to go outside and exit the karaoke thing. And again, there's like a group of girls that are blocking the doorway. So like the gentleman he says, excuse me. And these girls must have been the most, like, these girls are from like the Amazon. They're huge. Like they were like 6 foot tall, 5'10", like Gorgina, but like they were very, very tall. And I guess they didn't hear him, and they just keep going on, keep blocking the doorway. And like the only way to get through the doorway is to be an asshole and literally nudge them to get out of that doorway. And Paul is like, you know what? I'm going to say, excuse me. He's like, he says it again, excuse me. And now they turn around, they look at him, they hear him say, excuse me, and they turn back around and they just stay in front of the door. So at a point, like, girl, I've asked twice now and you haven't done any and you haven't moved. So now I'm going to have to go about it the rude way, because I'm not going to look at you and be like, move. That's not a way to do something. So Paul just goes, gets in the middle of them, opens the door and walks out. And he's wearing a hoodie. And one of the taller girls is like, you say, excuse me. And then he goes, I did say, excuse me. Like, you didn't. I said it twice. And then the girl grabs his hoodie and pushes him back. And he's like, what? Like, this man just got yaga'd. Like, in 2023, that's the year we're in? Yeah. 2002. I don't even know at this point, girl. Like, I'm telling you, it is all a blur. I feel like for me, it's still 2015. I haven't moved past since 2015. I don't have any memories, anything past 2015. And that's why I have a podcast, also that I can remember everything. And this man got yaga'd in 2023. And he was like, what the hell? Like, yo, what are you doing? She goes, you say, excuse me, you rude. Like, again, there's a lot of cursing in the story because everybody just automatically just turned into like a sailor. And he was like, yo, chill out. I said, excuse me. Like, you didn't listen to me. So I just made my own way. The girl pushes him. That's when another one of the quads comes out. That's when Rev comes out. And Rev pushes the girl, and it's like, stop. And the girl's like, what the f-? So now all these girls are starting to get like real like crazy. And he's like, chill out. Like, it's not for all that. Just chill out. And again, this isn't like a smaller girl. This is she's taller, she's bigger, she's a little bit closer to Rev's size. Rev is like, I think 6 something. And he's like, relax, like chill out, like just stop. And this is when I start hearing somebody comes up and they go, oh my God, they're fighting outside. And I look at this girl that she's in our group, and I'm like, no, they're not. Anyways, let's take a shot. And she's like, no, they're literally fighting outside. So I look at my boyfriend and I'm like, Johnny, is everything okay? Like, what's happening? He goes, wait, I don't know. Why? And he's like, I was like, oh, because this girl is saying that there's a fight outside and half of our group is missing. And it's majority of them are the quads and then like P and other people that were there. I don't like to get physical with people. I feel like getting like physically violent is never the answer. If you can't fight with your words, you shouldn't be fighting at all. Like, because at the end of the day, what is me punching you in the face going to do for me? Like, oh yeah, great, congratulations, now we're both hurt. Like, that it doesn't make sense to me. So I go outside, and as I'm like, wait, actually, something might be happening. We all grab our shit and we start running, and then 3 guys come out of another room and they also start running. And little did we know, these are the people that are about to start fighting us. And now we're running together. And now it's like, it's literally like a scene from it's literally like the Avengers. Everybody's just running. This guy thinks he's Spider-Man because, again, this must be Avengers Endgame. And he goes and jumps over the stairs, and his leg, his whatever, or his foot hits me a little bit. And I'm like, woof. And I'm like, yo, where are you going, Spider-Man? Like, there is a stairwell for a reason. And it's not even like the stairs were like super crazy. We got down. The stairs weren't even that big that we got down at the same time and this man jumped from the top. What is for the drama? Like, what is the theater for? Like, you could have easily just gone down by walking down because we got here at the same time, except you just did it the most extra type of way that you possibly could. I don't know if you're trying to live out your Spider-Man fantasy, but it's really never that serious. We come outside and all I see is just commotion. And at this point, I'm sick and tired of Toronto. And I'm sick and tired of being in this big ass group of people, moving everybody around every day. We just got human shit thrown at us earlier this morning. Why are we in a brawl now? Like, what? And I know what everybody's thinking, like, oh, well, maybe if all this is happening, maybe it's your group. It literally wasn't. I will always take accountability for when it's like, yeah, my group got a little crazy. But literally, it's like everybody was just on like their vengeance. And it's, again, it felt like the Avengers Endgame or the Amazing Spider-Man where they have to, where all these villains just keep popping up and you keep having to fight them. Like, I'm just trying to chill in the middle of this brick ass degrees weather. Now I see these girls are trying to fight the guys. And the guys are like, I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight you. Because again, like I said, as a woman, I'm not the person. Don't put your hands on anybody. There's never any reason to do that. Never put your hands on anybody. And a lot of the times it's like, I saw these girls like trying to fight them, and because of the fact it's like, I know you're not going to hit back. What is the issue? Just relax. Don't put your hands on anybody. So then the guys are like, yo, don't put your hands on me. Don't put your hands on me. Don't put your hands on me. I don't want to fight you. We don't have to fight. Like, just walk away. You go with your group. We go with our group. We call it a night. Just stop. Just stop. And then this is when this raggedy decides to pull out a pepper spray and go, I have pepper spray. I'm going to pepper spray all of you. I also have pepper spray, babe. And I also have a taser. I do. I carry them with me everywhere I go. I carry pepper spray and a taser. New York City is very dangerous. Make sure that you stay protected. And especially, I'm not a fighter. I don't like to fight. I hate any time we ever get into a fight. I don't like doing it. And especially just like, you never know. You really never know. So that's why I know it's probably not legal to carry like a pepper spray or a taser, but I do. And I'm going to keep carrying it. So I see her having a pepper spray and my boyfriend is like trying to like calm down this girl that's trying to fight him. And if this girl would have put his hands on my boyfriend, I promise you, like, he's not going to hit you back because he's a gentleman, even though I would have been like, hit that. I will hit you back. I will hit you back. I promise. I'm wearing my Doc Martens too. I don't care. But I'm also, again, on my spiritual journey, so I really do care. So I'm looking at the girl with the pepper spray, and I was like, if she pepper sprays Johnny, I'm going to have to hit her so hard in the middle of her dome that I'm gonna have to then pepper, like, I'm gonna work, then she's gonna fall back, and now I'm gonna pepper spray you. Like, for what? Like, you see what I'm saying? You get really nothing out of it. And I go and I'm like, I get in front of her because, again, I don't know who I thought I was. Also, she didn't even know how to use the pepper spray. The pepper spray was backwards. Like, if there's a specific way that you have to like unlock the pepper spray and then press it and then whatever, she literally had it still within the what's that thing called? Like the case that it comes in, and it was backwards. So I'm like, first of all, you know how embarrassing it's gonna be? I'm gonna pepper spray you, but give me a second. Let me unpop this, take this out, turn this, and go zzz. Like it's too much work. So I have mine out, and I'm like, don't pepper spray anybody, because if you pepper spray somebody, I'm gonna pepper spray you. That's how that's gonna go. That's how we're gonna move now. Like, and she's like, I don't care. So I said, okay, that doesn't scare you. Let me open my Mary Poppins bag, bring out a taser. I said, I'll tase you too. So I'm double fisted now. I'm double fisted with the pepper spray and the taser, and I'm ready to tase this girl. And I'm like, tase her and pepper spray her at the same exact goddamn time, because if I feel a little ounce of pepper within the air, if it's feeling a little spicy in the air, I'm unleashing both. And also, like, girl, why are you trying to bring out any type of weapons like that? Like, I mean, that is low-key kind of a weapon. And it's not even like anybody was physically fighting. It was more so the guys just being like, yo, walk away, walk away, walk away. Because the girls would walk away and then they would run up again and try to like kick somebody. And one of the girls ended up actually hitting one of my friends, Pete, in the face like multiple times. And my friend Nicole was like, Pete, don't hit her. Do not hit her. Don't hit her. Like, at the end of the day, you are a man. You have more strength than her. Don't hit her. And she just kept, and I think she heard that, so she just kept swinging at his face. And he kept just getting hit. And he was like, stop hitting me. And she's like, I don't care. So now I'm like, I don't like this. I'm literally, the guys are not trying to like fight with the other guys. And again, my group of friends, especially like my core group of friends, we're not really fighters. We don't really like to get into altercations like that. Like, we just don't want to do it. We know that if a fight breaks out, the police are going to call, people are going to get arrested. Some people can press charges. People can get really hurt. Like, we've seen other groups fight and we've seen how bad that can go. And that's never what we want to do. But obviously, you know, sometimes you'll just meet the people who just like to throw a couple punches or whatever it may be. So the girl, I look at her and I was like, and I'm trying to be as nice as possible. I'm like, babe, put the pepper spray down. I don't want to pepper spray you because if I pepper spray you, you're so close to me that it's going to pepper spray me back and vice versa. I was like, do you really want to ruin your makeup? You look beautiful. I literally was like, you look beautiful. This is not worth it. Just go on with your night. Call it a night. Cool. I was like, call it a night. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. And then like, I see her trying to calm down. And I was like, oh my God, this oh my God, my Lord shit is really working. I was like, it's really working. Like, I'm really diffusing the situation right now. I was like, God damn, you know what, Emely? Good on you. I was like, I was so proud of myself. And in that moment, I saw her launch at my boyfriend. Okay, so clearly it didn't work that well. So then that's when I get furious. Because again, my boyfriend is the nicest person you'll ever meet in your entire life. I know everyone always says that, but he really is. Like, he doesn't have a mean bone in his body. So he's really just trying to calm the situation down. And then she launches at him. And again, my boyfriend is a little like bigger. So he grabs her and puts her down. He goes, what are you doing? Just like that. And she goes, I don't give a I know I'm not promoting violence in any way, shape, or form. I'm not. I'm really not. I think I've said it like 50 times. I'm really not. Long story short, we start calling Ubers. Ubers keep leaving because as we're trying to get into our Ubers to leave, these girls are grabbing the door, opening the door, trying to get us out. And everyone's like, can you just leave us alone? Ultimately, police start showing up. And we're not fighting. Nobody has thrown a punch on my side. The only punches that have been thrown have been on their side. And that immediately when they start to see the wee-oo, that's when they just walk away and they run away. And we're just standing there like unfazed, like, why did that just happen? Like, what, in what world did we just step into that everybody's just swinging and cursing each other out? And like, we just really came here to play Nintendo Switch. Like, that's all we wanted to do. We just wanted to play Mario Party and that's it. And sing some songs. Like, we just wanted to sing Celine Dion. Like, it's all coming back to me now. That's all we wanted to do. That's all we wanted to do. And they end up leaving. The police end up coming up to us because we really didn't do anything wrong. And they're like, what happened? And then the karaoke guy comes out. And I love how we have like witnesses all over the place to be like, yeah, they were bugging out. They were bugging out. He was like, we actually kicked them out of the karaoke place because they were just causing commotion, whatever it may be. We tell the police what happened. We're like, we don't know where they went. We just know that like we try to defuse the situation. They weren't really here for it. They were just trying to fight. I was like, some girl almost tried to pepper spray me, so I threatened to pepper spray her back. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you the God honest truth. I really did threaten to pepper spray her back. I feel really bad about it, but like, I had no other choice but to do it. And then the police was like, listen, don't worry about it. Like, we're going to stay around this area until you guys call your Ubers and head out. So that's exactly what we did. We called the Ubers, we head out. Next day, we like just literally chilled in the Airbnb, played Nintendo Switch. Neighbors kept trying to curse us out, and we're like zoning everything out. We're like, let's just play 50 games of Mario Party, call it a day, and then leave. And then that's exactly what we did. We left Toronto, and when I say I will never step foot back in Toronto ever again, because if you ask every single one of the 15 that went, they will tell you the same thing. Like, we just kept walking into smoke. And it wasn't even because of we were looking for smoke, because we're not those type of people. It just kept finding us. Like, regardless of, these people just got kicked out of the karaoke bar, so now they're pissed off, and the first person they saw happened to be somebody in our group. The neighbors happened to do whatever. I don't even know. They were just in a bad mood. Long story short, though, Airbnb ended up taking the house off of Airbnb because I guess this isn't the first time that these neighbors have, like, caused havoc. And yeah, it was a very tumultuous trip, and you can no longer stay in that Airbnb in Toronto. I think we were the last people to stay there. And they're like, yeah, we're sorry, oopsie daisy. We didn't know. We're going to take the Airbnb off of listing now. And yeah, I will never be staying in Toronto ever again. Sorry, Drake. Shout out to the Six. Not doing it. I don't say that lyric in the song anymore. Don't do it, because I'm not shouting them out. I'm sure there's better places to go in Toronto, and if you guys have recommendations, please tell me. But I don't ever see myself going on a vacation in Toronto anytime soon. It was just, there was no reason for it. It was just so messy, and it was so crazy. And I told a little part of it of when the neighbors threw shit at us on my TikTok. But like, everything else that happened was just so, it was just too much that I left the vacation needing a vacation. And that's how you know it wasn't a good vacation. But regardless, we got to celebrate their birthdays. I'm sure they had a good birthday. I hope they had a good birthday. But needless to say, we will not be celebrating any more birthdays in Toronto. Sorry, Drake. You're gonna have to fix up. Drake, you gotta tell me where you go in Toronto, or if you guys live in Toronto, tell me the good areas to go in Toronto, because I think we were also staying in a bad area. I don't know why. Again, we don't really know the location Toronto like that, so we don't really know where is good and bad. But I also think we were not staying in the best part of Toronto. But yeah, that's pretty much the story for today. Like I said, if y'all want to go and take it for yourself, again, really do your Google research as to where you're staying. I don't think we stayed in a really good part, but I don't think I'm going back there anytime soon. I don't think so. And not only that, it was cold. The whole time this was happening, it was literally cold. Everybody's wearing like winter jackets. You know how not fun that is? So needless to say, next time I'm probably going to go on a resort. So, I'm probably going to do something in the Caribbean, but never again. And never again. I not doing it. Sorry, but that's pretty much it for today's episode. Again, leave a comment, like, subscribe. You guys already know what to do. Turn on your post notifications. Leave me some recommendations in the comments as to where I should go next. Please don't let it be Toronto, but if you guys know a nice place in Toronto, you never know. I might make a trip there in a couple, maybe 20 years. I think I need a break for right now. But yeah, this one was a doozy. This one was a lot. And one thing I do want to say, I'm not here promoting violence in any way, shape, or form. That's not who I am. That's not what I stand for. I know this story was very violent, but one thing I hope you take out of it is never answer aggression with aggression. Always try to just, again, deflate, defuse, because a lot of times there's no reason for aggressive. Now, if somebody's being disrespectful, by all means, match their energy. But a lot of the times you don't need to be so reactive. And I was really proud of myself, because I genuinely was like, you know what, I'm gonna cool it. I'm not gonna get aggressive unless, somebody's trying to pepper spray me, in which case I'll be like, babe, I'm gonna pepper spray you, but your makeup looks beautiful. So I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it. Again, not promoting violence in any way, shape, or form. Always try to, come at it from a spiritual journey. Kumbaya, my little kumbaya. Because no need for violence. That just makes things worse. But yeah, thanks guys. This one was fun. I'll see you guys again next week on Tuesdays. You guys know the deal. Like all the socials. Follow me on all socials. I put updates up there everywhere. And yeah, thanks guys for listening. Shout out to all the people who have been watching so far. I know that I see some of you guys on my live stream and you guys are like, leave comments about it. So shout out to you guys. You guys know who you are. And yeah, bye.